Hi everyone, Mrs. Hayward here during half term. On this lovely sunny day, I thought I'd talk to you about set design for Saved. So when it comes to set design, bearing in mind this is a minimalistic production, and often in the stage directions it even says what's on the actual stage that you can see. So it might be that you want to follow Edward Bond's intentions and actually do it exactly what he said, or it could be that you come up with your own ideas. So it's fairly unlikely that we'll get a 30 marker for set design just because that was the 2022 paper, but you never know. And it could be that there's a little 10 marker in there as well. So with set design, it's really important to think about the floor cloth, which is the floor of the stage. It doesn't necessarily have to be an actual cloth. It could just be like a projection, or you've got like a rug on there or something like that. Again, we're trying to make it realistic, but also it can't be too realistic because it changes location a lot, doesn't it? So unlike, say, a Stanislavskian production that might be set all in one living room, here we've got Pam, Mary, Harry, Len in the living room, so that location pops up quite a bit. We've got the jail cell, we've got the cafe, we've got the park, we've got the lake. So various locations. So it means that we can't have a totally naturalistic set. But also having it minimalistic and fairly bare also echoes quite a lot of the themes within Saved. So things like that, you know, poverty and alienation and it being bleak and horrible. So talking of bleak and horrible, you may want that reflected in your colour scheme. So it may be that you choose to use lots of greys, browns, fairly neutral, boring colours. Also remember it's set in the 1960s, so it might be that you're using particular materials or particular things that are pertinent to the 1960s. So as well as your floor cloth, you've also got to think about your back wall. So if you are doing it on a in the round stage, it might be that you've got a cyclorama, which remember is like a muslin, like a gauze thing. It could be that you've got a cyclorama that goes all the way around your audience's heads, and on that you're projecting various bits and bobs. So it could be that you're projecting like the living room or something around there. You could also have that on a traverse stage as well. So if you've got your audience on two sides, here and here, you might have a cyclorama going sort of like square wise around it, or like rectangular wise around it. That could be quite cool. Again, to project things onto or to do shadows. Or if you've got a proscenium arch or a thrust on your back wall, what are you going to have there? So you're going to have a gobo that has the projection of a window on it. Are you going to have some curtains that just sort of pop up? Are you going to have flats at the back? So it's like sort of like that. What are you going to do? So be detailed with that. And then think about what it is you're trying to show. So are you trying to show that this is a really run down, deprived area? Yes, you are. So that's going to be reflected in things like any props that you might have. And also for a set question, especially for those big markers, how will the actors use the set? So once you've described it in real detail, down to what the salt shaker looks like in the cafe, how is set going to be used to communicate meaning? So at one point, is a chair going to collapse? Is a jukebox going to suddenly start lighting up and playing? Is a picture frame going to come off the wall because Pam is, kicking and being grumpy upstairs? So just have a little think about how the set is actually being used within the production as well. Okay, good luck.